Hey guys, John Olson here once again for Plus One Daily. We are trying to be better at sunset than we were at sunrise. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I just got finished my live training on Facebook Live on Monday. It is Monday right now as I'm doing this video. And the topic was I was really fired up about it. I finished 5-second rule. If you guys are following along with my book reading, I finished 5-second rule, and I picked up a new book by Dan Strutzel. I'm sure that's his last name. Not sure if that's exactly how I pronounce it, but he wrote this book called The Top 1%, and it's a really interesting book. It's a personal development book, positive thinking book. This guy was he was involved for decades with the Nightingale Corporation. He's worked with everybody from Brian Tracy to Tony Robbins to you name it. I mean, the who's who of personal development and success thinking. So I saw this book in the bookstore and I picked it up, and it's really, really cool. Like, it's not like you're not reading this stuff and going, oh man, this is stuff I've never heard before, but he writes it in a way that's easy to digest. I'm a huge fan of books that get to the point, don't drag things on. So his chapters are really short and sweet, and the messages are really good. One of the things early in the book that really grabbed my attention is something he's talking about, this book that was written by Dr. Richard Wiseman, and the book was called The Luck Factor. And I'll read this to you guys here. It said, in another way, lucky people generate their own good fortune via 4 basic principles. They are skilled at creating and noticing opportunities. They make lucky decisions by listening to their intuition. They create self-fulfilling prophecies via positive expectations. And finally, they adopt a resilient attitude that transforms bad luck into good luck. So that's the 4 basic principles of getting lucky. And then it goes on to say, notice how much of that definition lies within a person's control. Being skilled, listening, creating, adopting a resilient attitude. These are the active terms suggesting that only truly lucky, successful people in the world are those who plan to be lucky. So plan to be lucky. It was on page 14 of the Top 1%. So the 4 points, I really got fired up about this and talking about it on the Facebook live stream today, because if you think about it, that's the stuff we can control. We can't control the wars, we can't control the politicians, we can't control all this stuff, but we can control our thinking. We can control, as he says in this book here, noticing chance opportunities. We can control making lucky decisions by listening to our intuition. We can control self-fulfilling prophecies via positive expectations. And finally, we can control adopting a resilient attitude that transforms bad luck into good luck. Do you know those people? You're around a lot of those people. A lot of the people that don't expect to succeed. A lot of those people that don't expect that they're going to do good with something. A lot of those people that are always, it's always bad luck. Everything's going wrong in their life. Do you notice what they kind of, the cartoon strip Peanuts? I think it's Linus, who has the little dark cloud always over his head and he's always grumpy, and that's exactly what they're attracting. Now, this is law of attraction stuff, and I'm not one of those guys that believes that, you need to be spiritual and you need to think about $1 million and the $1 million is going to just appear in your hand and you're going to be rich beyond your dreams. I don't believe that stuff. But what I do believe is when you're thinking good things and when you're acting with passion and when you're pumped up about stuff, you're going to find those people. You're going to attract those kind of people in your circle. You're not going to find the negative Nancys. Like attracts like, man. It's the truth. It is the basic premise of positive thinking and the law of attraction. And when you see these things, if you want to get really lucky in life, you got to change your choices. This was really staggering. Something that he said in this book too that really shook me. He said, all the decisions you made 5 years ago, all of those, you are the sum of those right now, today. So things that I chose to do 5 years ago, they're starting to pay the dividends today. And I'm going back scratching my head going, man, 5 years ago, I was drunk, or I was partying, or I wasn't really into positive thinking mode, even though I was reading and I was doing business, but I still wasn't at the level I should have been. So he goes on to say, that's scary, but now choose differently. Now, if you're not happy with where you're at right now in life, choose to do things differently so in 5 years from now, you can reap what you've sown today. So that's a huge nugget for me. So this, again, going back to the top 1%, the book, the 4 things that you can choose today, what he talks about, is that you're skilled at creating and noticing chance opportunities. Opportunities are in front of you all the time, 24/7, 365. Are you choosing to find them and seek them out? Make lucky decisions by listening to their intuition. Fun story, fun fact, your gut is usually never wrong. You know how there's like, there's voices in your head, and usually the voice is telling you to do or not do something? A lot of the times that inner voice and that intuition is right. Listen to it. Third thing is create self-fulfilling prophecies via positive expectations. So expect to do good. Expect to meet the right people. Expect to crush it on your presentation. Expect to secure that sale. Expect things. You're going to reap them. And then finally, adopt a resilient attitude that transforms bad luck into good. And again, that goes back to, if you're always thinking negative, you're going to get negative. Like attracts like. So if you're positive about stuff, and it doesn't mean you need to be wishy-washy positive. That doesn't mean you need to go around with a smile on your face. People, and you're not really happy. People can smell that a mile away. It's got to be genuine. And I think that comes, and I mentioned this in the live stream today, I think that comes with being true to yourself. Most people give up in this business because I don't think they're true to themselves. Let's be brutally honest. I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm not going to be playing in the NFL or the NBA in the next year. That's just being true to myself. This is a lot of this positive thinking stuff that goes out there. People, you can do anything you put your mind to. Well, put it into perspective. 40-year-old man is not going to go and join the NFL next year. It's not going to happen. So I got to be truthful to myself. That's where I think your 3 vital functions is so critical. And I think it's either a John C. Maxwell thing or a Darren Hardy thing. I can't really, or even a Brian Tracy thing. 3 vital functions. I learned this years ago, and it really helped me. You got to do some self-discovery and some self-reflection. Write down on a piece of paper your 3 things that you're really good at. 3 things that you're really good at. People have complimented you about over the years. People that say, hey, you're really good at this. You should try doing this more. Find those things that you're really good at, and that will be your 3 vital functions. For example, for me, when I got started online, I was trying to be a jack of all trades, and it wasn't until someone sat me down and said, dude, focus on this. And then going a little bit fast forward, to the past couple of years, I decided that I couldn't be this, this, and this. I had to be the media representation for my company. I had to be the email and marketing guy for my company. And I needed to be the content creator for my company. I decided to do those 3 things. Instead of trying to be a jack of all trades, I focused on that, and I put my energy into that. And because of that, good luck found me. So I think a lot of times people give up too soon because they're not focusing on what they're really good at. So if you wanna get lucky, I think the first step in all these things is you got to do some self-discovery. You got to write down and find your 3 vital functions for what you're doing, and then develop a team around you that can highlight those and get the stuff done that you need done. So again, that's just my little tidbit of advice going off of the advice within the top 1%, the book that I'm reading, and we'll be doing a book review at the end of the week as well. So hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please do leave your comments on Plus One Daily on the YouTube channel or on the blog. I'd love to hear from you. What do you guys think? What it takes to get lucky in this business? Do you think we develop and find our own luck, or does it just, is it just a chance thing that you strike it rich? Or how do we develop our own good luck? Share some stories of how you got lucky or unlucky on the blog, and I'd love to hear from you. Thank you once again for being a subscriber and reader of Plus One Daily, because we are trying to be better at sunset than we were at sunrise each and every day. Take care.